Okay, I just googled how many chai teas is too many for one day. So I'm gonna go get another one. Okay, so I was heading out into nature and then it started pouring down, and I love the rain, but this camera doesn't, so I'm gonna create a little like umbrella for it kind of thing with like 4 posts and just like a little plastic shelter thing over the top so that we can go out and film in nature in the rain. I can just sit and get soaked while I talk because I love to get wet from the rain. So here I am. I'm in this lovely coffee shop in the study room where I've got it all to myself, which I love. I'm surrounded by plants, a lovely view outside of all the nature, and peace, which is what I love the most. So I've got my little setup. I've got my chai latte, my second chai latte. I've got a New Earth here to read, soft drink, my laptop where I'm uploading, and some paper for sketches. So I was watching the F1 last night, and oh boy, I love F1. Like, I love it so much. Last night I had this little setup to watch the last like 15 laps after I got home from work, and what a crazy race it was. Like, it was wild. There was so much going on. So exciting, right? So when I began meditating, I started to be opened up to this whole new world of the inner self, of what existing really is, what this earth is, what this universe is. I really started to connect fully. I always felt like I had this connection, but it was blocked. It was just not like, you know, it was like, you know, in Avatar when they connect their tails and they become connected. Is it their tails or is it their hair? Like, there's all those like receptors on the end, and they like come together like that. It was like those two. This is me and this is the connectedness to life. And they were almost touching. There's like sparks in between them, and they're like reaching so hard. But then when I had that moment and that day, it just came together and they connected and intertwined. And when I got that connection, it blew my mind, because not only did I always know that I was going to get to that person, but when I actually got there, it felt so right. It felt so perfect, and I knew that this was the beginning of something incredible. And it has been. It's incredible. I say this all the time, it is beyond words. It's beyond words. And when you learn about how we are so energetic, like we are energy and we're vibrational, and everything in the universe is as well, which makes sense because everything that is out there has to be in here too, right? Like, I don't just mean in the heart, I just mean in ourselves. And had this conversation yesterday, and it was actually like, it felt like a conversation that I'd already been conjuring up in my head, which is exactly what happens. It's brilliant. Is like, you know, the patterns within nature. I don't find it like interesting that the same patterns that occur in the universe also occur within us, within our brains and bodies, and like in plants, and you know, the webs of life and everything. I find it like completely obvious. Like, of course that has to be the case, right? We have to reflect that of which we are. Like, we have to be within the same formations of the place we came from. Like, we're just manifested in a different way and in a different, like, smaller scale, but like everything has to work like that. I think I like to, I tend to visualize things a lot. I see things more in a visual way in my mind, which then is able to transform into words and explanations more clearly. So like, I kind of see it as, I wrote something the other day. I said, how can one judge that in which you are the same, that in which they are the same? And it made me think, like, all those times that I've judged anyone and thought anyone's judging me, and like judged a book by its cover and jumped to a conclusion before I know anything. And that's the human mind. And now it doesn't make sense to do anything of the sort, because you simply cannot judge anything when you are the same as that. Judging one another doesn't make sense. It's the same as judging yourself. And that's the point. When you're judging someone, you're also judging yourself. And it's a projection, so it's an indication that when you're judging someone, it's you outwardly almost, distracting yourself from yourself, to then put the focus onto someone else to not make you feel as bad, when really all you have to do is flip it over and look at yourself and really, get deep, feel a little bit uncomfortable, feel very uncomfortable. You've got to feel uncomfortable. You've got to feel kind of gross about yourself before you feel better. And I know this 100% because I went through months and months and months of that, of just I felt dirty. I didn't feel nice, but every time I chipped away at a part of myself, it made me just that little bit clearer. Because when you decide to delve into yourself and recognize everything you don't like, it enables you to let it go, which is, the most powerful thing you can do for yourself, is just let things go, let it go. You might be with someone and they cheated on you. It's horrible in the moment, but in the grand scheme of things, the physical world is not all that is. And I know that seems confusing at first, but there's a whole world everywhere else. And the mind is very powerful in both positive and negative ways. And when you find out the ways in which you can use it to your advantage for a more positive life, then you can see that the things that you were making a big deal of aren't actually as important as you thought. And letting things go and forgiving and, moving forward, living in the present, focusing on your future. I say focusing on your future. Focusing on the self that you want to become for your future. Your future will be bright and beautiful if you stay positive and you keep guiding yourself and your mind into beautiful places. I think you like for like, you get what you give. Those kind of sayings, we just let them pass by us. Like, it's like, I think people understand it. Like, if you're nice, you get niceness back. But like, if you can understand it on a energetic level, it becomes so much more powerful, because then you can see that actually everything you think and do and feel and everything that you are as a person is actually reflected in the world around you so deeply that if you are waking up and thinking about problems, then you are probably going to attract more problems, because that's how it works. It's the universe gives you what you focus on, whether you like it or not. And this is the thing, you can think that if you're focusing on what you don't want, that's still a focus. So you just let that go, you disregard it, and you focus on what you do want, and then you get that, right? And don't be so impatient. It's not going to show up. It might show up straight away, but you know, it does take practice, it does take patience, and let those things go as well. Just live, just be at peace with yourself and appreciate your life. And okay, let's just stop making a big deal out of everything, because the thing that I noticed within the past month is I haven't been perpetuating problems for the last 15 weeks. So I haven't been complaining about things, I haven't been reacting, and I've been very level-headed and just grounded and meditating and loving life and giving out all the love that I'm feeling inside. And so I realized that because I'm not complaining about anything, I then saw that there are no problems. I realized that like there's nothing to complain about. Like that there is nothing to complain about, and you see it more and more when you stop complaining, and you become almost hardwired to not complain because there isn't anything to complain about. It's the ego that wants you to complain. The ego just thrives on complaining and reactions. It's wild, it's crazy. But it's hard to get out of those cycles because the ego is very overpowering, and the ego is what keeps you very much on the physical world, the physical self. Once you surpass ego, and you know, meditation allows you to enter into a vibrational place, into an energetic place, but it's disconnection from the physical world. It's a space that is based on oneness and the true nature of who we are without physical bodies and things around us. And then being able to bring it all together and apply it to life in the most perfect way, and look at a tree, and as it blows in the wind, you almost sway with it because you know that you are as much that tree is you. And take away looks, take away, you know, biological makeup. Feel the energy. Just feel the energy, just go with it and flow with it, and trust that you are so much more than, wow, there's a beautiful rainbow, look at that. Can you see it? Oh, amazing. I don't even know where I've gone with this talk. I'm not really sure what it's about. I'll rewatch it and name it accordingly. But I mean, the point is, you know, there's a lot going on in this life. This existence is physical and vibrational, energetic. It's quantum, that's it. When you meditate, you get into the quantum field. When you're living without meditating, without recognizing what's going on around you, you're just in the physical, and you get stuck in cycles. And you can still be happy, but it's consciousness, isn't it? It's reaching a higher state of consciousness, and it's something I clearly was not ready for beforehand, and I obviously was so ready for it when I got there. Pardon me. If you're watching this video, I assume that you're on the path or you're there, and you know, you get exactly what you're looking for. Sometimes you don't even have to go looking for it. Most of the time you don't go looking for it. I certainly don't. I tend to wake up, feel great, know what I wanting, which most of the time is literally just goodness and happiness and excitement, and then everything just comes to me, everything just arrives, and then you feel this beautiful flow, this just harmonious relationship with you and the universe, and you can see that you're one. It's just incredible. So yeah, I'm gonna end it there. What more is there to say? You've got this. So go out and enjoy it. Feel the flow, feel the energy, feel good. Mwah. Love you. Goodbye.